Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Brian David Barraza. Barraza was shot and killed Friday, January 15, 2010 in the 5500 block of Gifford Avenue in Maywood, according to LA County coroner records. Douglas Leon was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. The evidence established that on January 15, 2010, defendant Leon was a member of the criminal street gang known as Maywood Locals, which claimed the 5500 block of Gifford Avenue in the city of Maywood as their territory, and considered the Orchard Locals to be rivals. At about 9:30 that Friday night, 16-year-old victim Brian and two friends, 17-year-old Angel and 15-year-old Tiffany, were waiting to get into a party at that location when defendant fatally shot Brian 5 times. Brian's childhood friend, Angel, testified that he and his girlfriend, Tiffany, walked with Brian to the party that night. Defendant and 4 companions came out of the party and approached the threesome as they were waiting to get in. Defendant asked Angel and Brian, "Where you from?" Angel replied, "I don't bang, I ain't from nowhere." The account of the incident Tiffany gave to the officers at the scene was the same as Angel's in all material respects. She recalled that after Angel and Brian said they were not in a gang, the man who had approached them walked past, then turned and fired 5 shots in their direction. Tiffany described the shooter as an 18 to 20-year-old, 130 to 150 pounds, 5'8", male Hispanic with acne, a shaved head, and the words Maywood Local tattooed on his forehead. He was wearing a black Dodgers jacket, a white t-shirt, and pants of unknown color. In a tape-recorded interview that same night, 16-year-old Kevin told homicide detectives Ralph Hernandez and Kevin Lowe that he saw defendant shoot Brian. Kevin recounted that sometime before the shooting, defendant asked Kevin, "What's up, man, you bang?" Kevin recognized the gun defendant was holding at the time as the same gun he had seen defendant holding at prior parties. Kevin responded that he was not from nowhere. Defendant then announced that he was going to be charging, which Kevin understood to mean collecting admission from people entering the party. A little while later, Kevin saw defendant approach Brian, Angel, and Tiffany. He heard defendant ask them, "You bang?" In response, Brian tried to act all hard and pushed defendant. Defendant responded by shooting Brian in the leg and then the head. Kevin heard as many as 10 gunshots. From a photographic lineup, Kevin identified defendant as the shooter. Andy, who was also shot in the leg in the incident, identified defendant as the shooter from a photographic lineup shown to him by police at the hospital the next day. During his interview with police, he stated Brian, the victim, claimed to be from Orchard Locals. Former Maywood police officer and current Deputy Sheriff Andrew Serrata testified as the prosecution's gang expert. Serrata explained that when a gang member asks someone, "Where you from?" it's a challenge. The gang member is trying to ascertain whether the other person is in a rival gang. The answer, even if the person denies gang membership, is often followed by violence. Deputy Serrata was familiar with the Maywood Locals from being in school with members of that gang, as well as from his work as a police officer. In 2005, Serrata was assigned to monitor the Maywood Locals. Since then, he has investigated about 200 crimes involving that gang. The Maywood Locals and the Orchard Locals are rivals. Serrata had known defendant for 2 to 3 years and knew him to be a member of the Maywood Locals. Following the trial, the jury found defendant guilty of first-degree murder and attempted extortion, including a gun and gang enhancement. Defendant was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison, plus a concurrent 10 years for the extortion. Brian David Barraza was 17 years old at the time of death.